Bizarre Brain Comics. Oh, hello, my comic book friends. Oh, I am Magnus of the Feral Horde for Bizarre Brain Comics, and I am here to tell tales of daring do, brave sword-wielding warriors saving damsels in distress and defeating magical monsters and wizards. Ho, ho, ho. Yes, have some good sword and sorcery stuff just to peruse this time around. Got actually two characters. From Marvel Comics, we have several of Kull the Conqueror slash Destroyer, and from Atlas, we have Iron Jaw. So we'll take a look at some of these, okay? Now, of course, this is from, I forgot, 71? 1972, Kull the Conqueror, number 4. Now, of course, Kull is a character created by Robert E. Howard, and he is a progenitor of a literary progenitor of Conan the Barbarian. In fact, the very first Conan story that was published, The Phoenix on the Sword, was a reworking of a great Kull story that didn't get sold, which was By This Axe I Rule, which is a great story. Both versions are great stories. And of course, in comics, in the comics, issue 1 was drawn by Marie Severin with inks by Wally Wood. But after that, it was Marie and John Severin, brother and sister, together for several issues, and really set the tone and the image, the look of the character and his world. And if I read a Kull text story today, this is the image of Kull that I get in my mind. And this one, issue number 4, is Night of the Red Slayers. And this is, Jerry Conway did the script based on a plot by John Jakes. If you don't remember who John Jakes is, maybe Mention My Name in Atlantis, Brack the Barbarian, how about the bicentennial Kent Family Chronicles, or the North and South trilogy of historical novels. Yeah, that that John Jakes. And then, of course, Marie and John Severin did the art. Get that frog. And this is a really fine story. I just reread it, and it was so good. And of course, Kull is always on the brink of being overthrown by the nobles who don't like him, but the people seem to, and of course with the aid of wizards and stuff, and they try to get the people to do an uprising. And of course it features his close friend and ally, the Pict Brule, the Spear Slayer. This is some great stuff. It always kind of makes me think of Rome a little bit here, the images. That's number 4. Then we have number 5, The Blood, the Blade, the Blood, the Battle. It says, we sail alone against the savage hordes, and now comes death. But here we stand, and here we die. As an arrow shatters, shaft of an arrow shatters against his shield. Jerry Conway and the Severins, again, A Kingdom by the Sea. I haven't read this in a long time, but oh yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one too. They make friends with a kingdom of a black kingdom farther south, and they wind up working together to defeat whatever the hateful enemy is. Some great stuff. That's number 5. And I do have more issues of Kull, but these were all kind of close together. Then issue number 7. It's probably still 72. Of Come ahead, monsters of the lake. Come ahead and die. How can you kill what is already dead? The dwellers in the depths. So good. Oh. And this is based on a Howard story. Delcarte's Cat. This is the story that introduced Thulsa Doom. Now, if you've watched the Conan movie, you know a little bit about Thulsa Doom. Well, he's nothing like James Earl Jones, but it's some really great stuff. And there wasn't nearly as much magic actually involved in that. But then Thulsa Doom pops up again later, becomes the Kull's primary villain. But I think this was the only story he actually appeared in that Howard wrote. I may be mistaken, but I think it is. Oh, so cool! That is so cool. And of course, my favorite, the story that was in the first 2 issues of Conan. Kull the Conqueror is actually my favorite, but I don't have them here right now. That's one that had the Serpent Man, and that's gave rise to dovetailed into some of the stupid conspiracy theories with the reptilian aliens and stuff, and they pulled all kinds of stuff right from that story for it, and that's issue 7. Okay, then we skip to issue 10. Still getting the same creative team. Fight on, King Kull. You cannot escape your doom. Then let me die with sword in hand. Mind monsters of the warrior queen. Fantasy from the creator of Conan. Swords of the White Queen. Now here is a little difference, and it's still written by Jerry Conway. And drawn, penciled by Maurice Severin, but this time it has Frank Chiamonte as the artist. as the inker, and he's a fine artist, but it just does not compare to the 2 Severins working together, I'm afraid to say. But you can still see the strong Maurice Severin look in the pencils. Forward rides Kull the King. That's number 10. And we go to 11, which is an adaptation of the Howard story, but not all of it, by This Axe I Rule, which, as I said before, was reworked into what's the name of it? Phoenix on the Sword for Conan. And this time, and here, the title is changed from Kull the Conqueror to Kull the Destroyer. And it says great artwork by Mike Plug. Oh, and I just loved his stuff on this. Of course, he was good with any of this kind of material. The Ghost Rider, the Johnny Blaze version, and Werewolf by Night, and the Frankenstein Monster, all that stuff. And of course, the Planet of the Apes. Oh, my gosh, everything sticks together. And it's rehashing his Kull's origin again, a bit in here. Every other page. And how he's fighting the same story, but instead of him being totally victorious in the end, here, they use Thulsa Doom as being the instigator behind the attempt on Kull's life, and he loses his crown, but eventually Eventually he gets it back, we know. That's issue 11. And here is issue 12, Kull Destroy, Thulsa Doom. And again, Mike Plug, great Mike Plug art on here. Sal Buscema was the inker. That's I don't usually see Sal Buscema as an inker, at least on somebody else's work. Oh my, oh so good. Kull is the Destroyer 12, and then the last of this batch of Kull is number 13, The Fiend in the Flame. Oh, that looks terrifying. And Kull has gotten, and Redondo has gotten away, and still by Mike Plug. And who was the? Yeah, Steve Englehart was the writer here. And I didn't like that. I mean, it's still a good story and some great artwork, but I still preferred the earlier issues better, I think. Geez, every other page isn't a pair of ads. Oh, there we go. And he's back at Atlantis. Okay, then we change completely to Atlas. Remember Atlas? It was a short-lived company by former Marvel owner, and in direct opposition to or competition with Marvel. And this is from what 75, I think it was. If I can get a hold of the cover here. And yeah, 1975. Iron Jaw, Neil Adams cover. This is a cool character. And of course, one thing about him, he wasn't it's sword and sorcery fantasy, but instead of being some unspecified or distant fictitious past, it is some distant fictitious future. In a post-apocalyptic world, thousands of years later, the world has recovered, but there is magic, and there is still some science about. But this here we see the beginning, and then we get our splash panel, the saga of Iron Jaw. This is written by Mike Fleischer with art by Mike Sekowsky, which is a surprise. This is Mike Sekowsky. Of course, he's best known for his many years' work on Justice League of America and on later on Wonder Woman, etc. And I like this version of Iron Jaw, especially I like his version of the Iron Jaw itself more so than the way the later artists draw it. Of course, lovely damsels stuff. That's issue number 1. Now here we have issue number 2, but this is called Barbaric Adventures, Iron Jaw. But the indicia still just says Iron Jaw. Iron Jaw battles man-eating beasts in the King's Arena. And I believe this is also, a Neil Adams cover. But the interior art is still Michael Fleischer writing it, but illustrated by Pablo Marcos. And I just, who is a fine artist, some really great stuff, but I just don't like the way he draws Iron Jaw, especially the Iron Jaw itself, and the little things. But he is a marvelous artist. Yeah, Pablo Marcos. And then we see more about it. Then we have issue number 3 of Iron Jaw, and it's just back to the Iron Jaw title again. And now Pablo Marcos is doing the cover. Barbaric fury unleashed. Iron Jaw fights serpents of hell in The Lizard King. The wolf-called headhunters of Amun Rock. Mike Fleischer, Pablo Marcos. But he's good, very dynamic. I just don't like the way he draws the jaw. But some good stuff. And that's issue number 3. Then we have issue number 4. Now, I think Iron Jaw is the character that had the most issues. Now, it's not the title, but the character that had the most issues. And I think everything else was canceled after issue 3 or 4. And this is issue 4. And now, the origin of Iron Jaw. Finally, wait until the end, finally getting to find out how he got the Iron Jaws. Of course, still, so it's all in flashback. Michael Friedrich, Pablo Marcos. And if I can get past, there we go. Horrid Monsters. Gorgeous Ladies. And fantastical action. Here. And that is issue number 4. But that's not all. We finish up with, still from Atlas, Barbarians featuring Iron Jaw, number 1. As far as I know, this is the only issue of this title. It's the first issue. And it's another Iron Jaw story. But it's not solely Iron Jaw. It has 2 stories in here. So the Mountain of Mutants. And still have Friedrich and Marcos as our creators. And we get some more stuff. But then, has a little text page and stuff. But then in the back, it has another story, Andrax, which is an introduction of an entirely different character, who somehow is propelled into another time period or another world. I don't know which, in which he must become a sword-wielding hero. See if I can ever get the pages open. Oh, jeez. So it doesn't last very long. It's a fight this a giant spider right there. But and to my knowledge, that's the only issue of that particular title. But that makes for 5 issues of Iron Jaw, even though the title is different. So that's all I really had to share with you this time around. And I do want to thank you for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe. And leave your comments down below. I have a little comparison here between Iron Jaw and Kull, or Kull and Iron Jaw. Tell me which one you like better. I like them both, but Kull is obviously better. Not to poison the well, but let me know what you think of all of them. And remember, comics are art.